everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. This is going to be very, very short. It's about, it's almost about 8:50 in the morning where I am at. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm in Southeast Asia. I am in Vietnam. And I'm about to get my day started, so I have a couple appointments today. So this is going to be very, very brief. So when we think about the dark priesthood, the prince of darkness, the black prince, the brotherhood of Saturn, the modern day secret societies, the Freemasons, Knights Templar. We're going to get into Knights Templar and what institutions they are running. And so we have a very good example of what they do in these institutions when we look at the Reverend Robert Taylor's life sketch, his biography. So we can see how they roll, how they operate, okay? How they use the banks and the legal system to go after anyone who begins to educate the people, who begins to tell the people anything that makes the masses, what is that? Very strange. Anything that makes the masses become aware that these gospels are fairy tales. They are actually God's spells or incantations. They are spells. They are charms, and that the main purpose is to lock you up in your mind, right? To lock you up in your mind. So it's really Deuteronomy 28:15 through 68, right? The climactic point of that is that when you abandon your birthright, either by the lower self behavior, in other words, breaking the Most High's commandments, living out of harmony with nature, or you accept some religion from birth, whatever your situation might be, and you could care less about the Most High's instructions, not the religious stuff, y'all, not the doctrine, the instructions on how to live in harmony with the system that the Most High has created. And what system is that? Well, that's the earth and nature. Okay? So if you decide that you're going, like I did, if you decide that you're going to practice religious doctrines and that's a way of life for you, then of course you're out of harmony with nature. Number one, you're worshiping an external deity. You're not acknowledging who you are, right? And man is thought. Man is thought made manifest. Manifest is collapsed down into man, okay? And thought is mentalism. All right? Thought is consciousness, it's awareness. It's all consciousness, all awareness, all intelligence. But that aspect of our brain has been turned off by us accepting these external deities and believing that we are nothing. that we are not the authority. But see, we have the power. We see this reflected in the Constitution for the United States of North America. These are the reserved powers of the people. Right? So man can come together and form trusts. Yes, our ancestors did it. Form treaties, agreements as to how we're going to conduct ourselves with each other. And of course, consent is law. But the problem happens when we abandon nature and natural law. For example, justice. Justice. If someone harms you or your kinfolk, especially your heirs, and you do nothing about it, you go call somebody else to come handle it for you. Is that natural? The person who you call to come handle it for you, while you sit there and do nothing, what do you think eventually his or their mindset is going to be? And what do you think people are going to think about you? They're going to think that you're an easy target. So today your son, tomorrow your daughter, because you're not going to do anything. You're going to go run and ask somebody else to help you. Y'all know that this is one of the theories as to how governments began? Yeah, that's how governments began, allegedly. One of the theories, rather. So there would be gangsters, terrorists who come into a community, and then they force you to pay them to have peace. That's one scenario. But then another scenario is you get cowards who go run into somebody else to solve their problems for them. All right? And then that person or group of people begin to say, wait a minute, you know, I can get people to give me authority over their life and even pay me to give them justice, or to protect them, rather, to protect them. Y'all see? And then that snowballs into the situation we have today, where you have fascist government in North America. You see fascism rising all over the world, right, y'all? Fascism is when the state and the corporations are working together. All right? It is really strange. I've never experienced this before here. Anyway, so the state and governments are working together. And then they dictate what can be said. The government controls you through experts. Basically, that's what's happening. And you saw that with the scamdemic, right? So we saw that. But it leads to authoritarian type of systems, like the church, right? Like the church. They want to tell you what to do in every aspect of your life, even sexually, even how you're supposed to raise your heirs, etc. So anyway, so we're going to get into the Knights Templars. I think there's 3 or 4 parts on Freemasonry that we'll get into within the next probably month or two, hopefully. Within the next month or two, we'll get into Freemasonry. But the Knights Templars, that's coming more or less within the next couple weeks, I think. So tonight, my time tonight, if everything goes as planned, I'm going to come back to you and do the video on finish up raising the devil. Okay? Look, y'all. Raising the devil means what? Moving up. So if Christ is here, the higher self, the devil is here, the lower self. So we have north. Christ is in the north. The devil is in the south. Right? So lower self, higher self. So this is the same nature, same thing. But it differs only in degree. So you can move by degree upward and become the Christ, or you can move by degree lower and become the devil. So raising the devil means what? Raising the devil up to the level of Christ. That's all. Or doing what? That's one way. Raising the devil would be to tell the truth about the devil. To show that the devil is not some wicked spirit being, but that the devil is actually the Christ. That's what the author is talking about by raising the devil. That's why he named that title that. Raise the devil, so that you can see that the devil is in fact the Christ. Now what you should know, outside of what the author is teaching, is that you are the Christ and you are the devil, depending on your thinking and your behavior. And the way to become one or the other, which we call transmutation, is through your thinking and behavior. You move up by degree or you move down by degree. Everybody get that? That's the title, the meaning of the title, Raising the Devil. So the author will show you that. And I'm going to bring out the scriptures and take you through the scriptures so that you can see the real identity of the devil, that the devil and the Christ are one. All right, y'all? Islam to all the Moors, Shalawama.